Welcome to Sonic Bros. Today, I'll go over the history of the Daniel and the Dixie Diggers animatronic band. So this show is a Dixieland themed show starring dog characters, and I will go over the history of them. And these guys were made in 1981 by the Sally Corporation, made for Mark Twain's Riverboat Playhouse. And they've been in a multitude of locations, and there are tons of variants, such as a 5-character show, a 3-character show, a 3-character show, plus Jeffro P. Hog, retrofits, and much more that I will go over in this video. First of all, I'll go over the characters. Colonel Beauregard, the furry gray dog, who is a country dog, who has a pretty good sing voice and talks about his memories in Dixieland. And there are 2 versions of him. The one that plays the drums and the banjo version. The banjo one is more common. The drum one is used in the 5-character show, and the banjo one is used in the 3-character shows. Also, plus Jeff Ropey Hog. Daniel, the leader of the band, who is a brown dog, who sings tons of types of music, like ragtime music, and he wears a barbershop hat. And there are 2 versions, a floppy ear and a pointy ear, which is really interesting. And by the way, I don't know the type of dogs most of these characters are, so if there's a dog expert, tell me what types of dogs they are. Huck, which is probably a Labrador, who is a dog who plays country music and has a very goofy voice. And he has 2 versions. This latex face and a cat hat, and a furry face and a Huck hat. Sir Percival Perry, which is most likely a poodle, who sings songs on the clarinet. And by the way, Huck played the banjo, Daniel played the piano. Now back to Percy, also known as Sir Percival Perry. He plays on his I forgot the name of it now, but I told you guys it earlier, so you'll sure. Oh yeah, clarinet, just like Squidward. But yeah, Scratchmo, based off of Louis Armstrong. I think he's a bulldog of some type, and he plays the trumpet and has a he has a similar voice to Louis Armstrong. And there's the brown fur version, and there's this black fur version, only seen at the Rotusu Resort in Japan. Betty B. Birthday, who was in the Mark Twain Riverboat shows. Mark Twain himself. Wally Wish, which that's just a weird animatronic. Now on to the cousin band known as the Hank and Bo Show. This is Colonel Beauregard, but he's in a different outfit. And then there's Hank, which is Huck's cousin. Fun fact. And they perform country music. And there are 2 versions of him: a fur face and a latex face. and also Safari Sam, which is Colonel Beelgard's cousin, I believe, and he was used for Safari Sam's ice cream parlor. And there's also this weird version of Hank, which he has a cow face, but to my knowledge, this was only used at Stu Leonard's locations. And there's this bootleg one at Tom Leonard's, where it's called Tom Leonard's Country Jamboree, and the characters' names are the Colonel and Billy Jack the dog, which his eyes are so goofy. And these were made by VP Production, so they can get a cheaper Hank and Bo show. So they couldn't buy the more expensive Selly Corporation version, which this show doesn't look that great. Then in the early 2000s, around the Y2K era, they had this show called the Rockin' Rascals, seen at Celebration Station and Zuma Fun Centers. Major Moose is a retrofit of Colonel Beelgard. Calvin the Cat is a retrofit of Scratchmo, and Priscilla Purr is a retrofit of Daniel. Hurricane Hound is a retrofit of Jeffro P. Hogg. And there's a Raggedy Ann doll on there, which is pretty funny. But at these locations, they had a special machine where it would be a faux oven, where it would come out a birthday cake. A door mechanism would open up, and then the birthday cake would come out for the birthday kid, and they would get to go on Jeffro's stage and sing happy birthday. Or at least Jeffro in the audience would. But not much is known about this show, really. And here's some concept art, which is pretty cool. These guys give me major Y2K vibes. And here's Jeffro P. Hogg, which had solo shows and was seen in the trio show, which is pretty cool. And he is a country pig. Here's a picture of the solo show. Now, on to the show's locations. First of all is Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania, which they had the show until it was seen at a coffee shop. And then the collector died, and they sent the show to Obnoxious Antiques, and they sold it to YouTuber Bullfrog's Banjo, which he gave some of the characters to his friends, and here they are today. Well, they did get restored separately. Roller Kingdom in Reno, Nevada, which has them up there, not working, but they have some really good looking outfits. I actually like those a lot. They used to be at Kid Zone, the water park, but the stage is tall. It's 5 feet tall. The stage is. Then Celebration Station, which was known for the Daniel and the Dixie Diggers, which they've had them at a multitude of locations, and now they're at the Clearwater, Florida location. And fun fact, the late Hulk Hogan had his birthday party there. Rest in peace, by the way. But Jeffro P. Hogg sang him a song. Huckleberry Junction, which are actually gonna retrofit these guys soon to make them look like conductors, and apparently they're gonna have a new show tape. Rotusu Resort in Japan, which this show is just chef's kiss. And Maselli Corporation restored the show, and they did some major modifications, like giving them new masks and making Scratchmo look completely different. A Squirting Worm, which that show is no longer there, but got sold at an auction. And there was also this place called Sam's Joint, which had a Hank and Bo show there, which was a restaurant. And then Mark Twain's Riverboat Playhouse, which they had the biggest show out of them all. Family Kingdom, which their show got destroyed by a hurricane, but it will be restored soon and hopefully get put back into the park. And then Adventureland, which had their show there. Choo Choo Charlie is in Canada, which their show is really interesting, and another Huck variant, where he has the same ears that match his fur, and also Sir Percival has a blue cap, like a French cap, and it's really interesting. And then there's also tons of piano variants too, like different fonts and different text on there, which I cannot go over that. Here's some merchandise of the show. Keychains, plush, more plush, a keychain head, figurines, a beach towel, a pin, this weird vest thing, this t-shirt, this 30th anniversary at Ratusu Resort plush, this mini keychain plush, this even smaller plush, this sticker thing, I assume. I'm not sure what this is. This plushie. Probably the same plushie. And then this more older plushie. And there was also this other retrofit of one of the characters from the Hank and Bo show. Specifically, Hank. He got turned into this character called Dusty the Dog, which a video exists of him actually. And then now mascot costumes. The Mark Twain Riverboat Playhouse Daniel. The second set of Ratusu costumes. Mark Twain Riverboat Huck. The first ever Ratusu Resort costumes and the newest ones. So anyways, guys, peace